So as you can see in here, we're back to our primary library space. Earlier in the video, you saw Allison and I, we were doing a tour of that big, bright open room. This is what we're going to do with it because we love this setup. And even if you notice here, the students can actually get right into the library and they can curl up with their books and read in this environment, or even like in the reading spaces that you saw earlier with Colette. Okay. So at this point of the process, we thought that Allison and I would talk a little bit about admissions and what that looks like to apply to the Nord Anglia International School of Guangzhou. We have a rolling admissions process. And what that means is that we can accept applications anytime throughout the year. So as long as there is a seat available in a class, we're happy to take an application for that student. What you can do first, if you have any questions left over after today's virtual open house, you can inquire. Allison and I are the team, and our responsibility is to make sure that you have a full understanding of who Nord Anglia International School of Guangzhou is and what we offer so that you can make a fully informed decision that's right for your family. So get in touch, and Allison and I will get back to you whether you reach us by email, by phone, or through our website. Or even better, as we mentioned in the tour video, come visit us. We would love to meet you in person, take you on a tour of that campus and show you the developments as they come along, or even meet you here at this campus and meet some of the experts that you've met already today, or even Mr. Pete, who you're about to meet in a second.
对，今天我们已经见过了我们的校长，也见过了我们这将会面对的老师和我们未来的小学校长。所以接下来的话，如果大家还有任何问题，麻烦发邮件给我，然后我会第一个去回复大家的所有的问题。然后同时来讲，如果你们想参观我们的新学校，然后的话呢，可以马上跟我去预约，也是发邮件给我哟。然后由我会带大家去参观整个学校的一个环境啊，或者给您讲整个学校的一个教学体系的。然后第二个问题就是，如果大家在了解了一切东西之后，你们想去报名的话，麻烦到我们的官网，然后右上角有个 Apply 的软件，然后点进去之后填入相关的一些信息，我会大概在1个工作日之后给大家回复，希望你们进一步提供包括护照或者说一些学习报告之类的所有的文档。然后在包括我们这边收到了家长您的文档，还有包括我们的报名费之后呢，我们会商量好一个最适合的时间去安排这个入学的一个面试。但当然大家不要对面试这个太紧张了，因为整个入学面试我们会根据小朋友的年龄段来安排相对应的语言测试，还有更多的包括一些学术啊或者数学逻辑方面的测试。但是针对年龄比较小的小朋友，更多还是会以家庭的访谈为主的，所以这一方面大家不需要特别的担心。Okay.
So what Allison just described was a little bit about our application process and the assessment process. So our application is available on our website, and you fill in that. It's got some just basic contact information as well as a request for some supporting documents to back up that application. Once we receive that, Allison and I will be in touch to set up an assessment, and that looks different over each ages. So in the early years, that might be a meeting with the whole family, and as they get older, that may include maybe a math assessment or different sequencing and stuff like that. And of course, we'll want to gauge your English abilities as well. So we'll take a kind of a leveling of your reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills in English. But don't worry, this isn't a pass or fail sort of thing. What we're trying to do is just gauge your level as you enter into our community to make sure that our classroom is ready to go for day one and that we have all the resources that you need to support the learning right from the start. After that, so once we receive and we've completed those assessments, then we look at acceptance. And with that, Allison and I would be in touch to help set up the bus service. We have a bus running all over Guangzhou. We would also help you get set up with a uniform because all of our students are wearing uniforms. Not much unlike this, actually, a little bit darker color with a bit of a patch, but every student wears that to school as well as answer any questions about meals or school fees, stuff like that. All of that is available on our website, so you can check out nacegz.com, and on there we have a lot of the information already, or like I mentioned before, inquire with us.
对的，对于最后一步，当孩子完成了所有的入学面试之后呢，我们会给小朋友们发出录取通知书。当您收到录取通知书，确定了具体的入学时间之后，我会进一步跟大家去沟通关于比如校巴，因为我们的校巴会横跨广州所有的不同的区域，还有就是关于我们的校服的内容， 还有最后一个最重要的地方，就是怎么样保证小朋友从第一天开始到学校就能够感受到非常舒服和有同伴的一个陪伴。我们会给家长更多的指引，而且特别是关于小朋友餐饮方面的东西，我们会针对性的去跟家长沟通的。所以家长们在来到学校的哪一步，我们都会由我和 Corey 去有清晰的一些指引。
So now I think it's time to do a little question and answer period where we get to take the questions that you've been asking on the feed, and some of you actually wrote us earlier, and our admission team knows some of the common questions anyway, so we're going to answer some of those with the team. You may have noticed that the translation has stopped underneath the screen, and that's because we've got 5 people that will be talking here, probably all at once a few times. So to keep it simple, I'll be doing the questions in English with the panel, and Allison has been gracious enough to summarize a bit of a translation after each one of those. So that's just to try and keep it easy and to not make it messy on the screen.
对的，从现在往下这一部分的话，会由我去给所有的这些等一下会发言的老师和同事们去做基本的大概意思的翻译。因为待会呢，我们会有大概5个人在同时去进行，所以将这个事情变得更加让大家清晰去理解了点。而这些问题呢，全部是来自于我在整一个招生过程中，家长们给我发的邮件，或者说这一次我们在整个直播当中也会有个别家长给我们发的一些基本的提问。如果大家还有任何不清楚的问题，记得给我发邮件。
Yeah, that's a perfect example of how this is going to go. So, and we're already logged into the feed so that we can see how this is going. See all of your questions here. I'll put a C. Hi, everybody. That was me, I think. That should have popped up on there now. So we'll go through the feed. We have a few first questions, though. So let's welcome the panel. So you've already met Mr. Mark Thomas. He's our principal of the school. He's the first one in right now. We're also welcomed back Ms. Colette, who have both been waiting down the hall. Thank you so much. And we're happy to introduce Mr. Pete. Mr. Peter. Mr. Pete is our primary school music teacher. So he's uniquely qualified to talk about the specialties that we have and can elaborate a bit more on the collaborations that Anglia has in the world. Thank you for joining us for this.
Thank you.
Our
pleasure.
Cheers, please have a seat. Okay, so to start, I just want to highlight that we want this part to be very casual. So we've got a few prepared questions we're going to ask. But if you hear something and you want to add into the answer, please jump in. And if you get a question and then it sparks another question in your mind that you would like to kind of share with all of the parents watching, please jump in with that. There's no formal script at this part. We'll be nice and casual to start. Okay?
Okay.
Did you want to translate that? No?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good.
That's
So let's start with the newest face of our virtual open day today, Mr. Pete. Thank you for being part of this. As the primary music teacher, you're kind of uniquely qualified to talk maybe a little bit more about our Juilliard Connection. Because one of the best things about Anglia and one of the unique things about our schools is that strong partnership with MIT or with our global campuses and particularly our Juilliard. And maybe you can kind of help describe to our audience a little bit about what that means, what that looks like for us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me today. Our Juilliard collaboration is quite unique in as much as that we are in a collaboration with a leading performing arts conservatoire in New York. And all of our performing arts teachers get the opportunity to go overseas to New York and receive professional development training from Juilliard in order to deliver this curriculum within our schools.
Cool.
So what's really interesting about that is that the Juilliard faculty and Anglia have actually got together and curated a curriculum for performing arts, so for dance, drama and music, around a set of core works. And those core works are then delivered as an enhanced curriculum, and our teachers then teach that within performing arts, but with the support and guidance of Juilliard.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What does that support and guidance look like? So are they just giving you documents or?
Okay, so there's it kind of works in 3 ways. The first is that we have an online platform, which is called Juilliard Creative Classroom. And that's basically an online set of activities and lesson plans, videos and sort of discussions about the set works that support our teachers on the ground to deliver the actual curriculum. And secondly, we have annual visits from performing arts specialists in music, dance and drama. So they actually come to our schools and actually train our teachers and give us professional development on the actual curriculum. And then thirdly, it's actually the teaching artists, when they come and do their visits, it might be a teaching artist or it could be somebody from Juilliard directly that might give a performance to our students in an assembly or might actually come and co-teach with the performing arts teachers in a music lesson or a drama or dance setting.
That's fantastic. So there's an opportunity not only for the teachers to benefit, but the students get to see a performance, or they'll even come into the classroom with you.
Exactly, yes. So more often you'd see a teacher, maybe they play the cello, if it was a music teacher, and they would actually be in the classroom with the students demonstrating the actual curriculum. So essentially it becomes alive. Yeah.
And does that happen in all the grades?
All the grades, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Right the way through. So it's a really fantastic opportunity, and also for us as teachers to get that training. Just because I teach music doesn't mean I don't get training in dance or drama. Yeah.
You can dance?
It's not my forte.
I have to say, Peter's a highly qualified musician, been with our school for 11 years. I've been working with Peter for those 11 years, and seeing the Juilliard specialists come over and provide training, that training's not just provided for our performing arts teachers, many of our other staff get involved as well. So I have seen Peter taking part in the dance training.
Yay!
And say he's a good mover. He's a good mover.
I'm pretty sure that's a selling point for our families at home. Yeah. Maybe we'll pause for a second and let you give an opportunity to translate.
以下我会用中文去讲。首先的话呢，对于 Pete 老师，我是要首先去介绍一下，因为 Pete 老师在诺德安达国际集团已经教学了15年。然后刚刚 Mark 也提到了，他跟 Mark 跟校长跟 Pete 已经合作了一共11年的时间。所以的话，以下第一个问题呢是关于，其实我们在前面的直播过程中，我们有提到过很多次诺德安达集团跟纽约茱莉亚学院的整一个合作。然后我们第一个问题就是讲关于真正其实茱莉亚是在哪一方面真实的情况协助到我们的教学还有我们的老师的。然后 P 老师提到的第一点就是关于我们的教学体系。因为茱莉亚会不仅仅在教学体系和教案上面，会在线的形式去给我们的每一个孩子每一个年级去提供。比如说刚刚 P 老师也提到了一个很重要的一点，比如说我们的音乐艺术，还有我们的舞蹈，还有包括戏剧的艺术。茱莉亚都会提供每一个项目12个不同的场景或12个不同的艺术作品，其中包括非常详细的每一步的教案，让我们每一个诺德安达国际学校的老师去执行。然后第二个点是非常非常重要的，就是针对诺德安达国际学校的艺术类的老师，他们会受到不同类型的一些，比如说深造或者不同类型的一些更多的一些培训。因为在纽约茱莉亚学院的话，每年会派3次不同的老师过来到我们学校，给予这些老师真正的一些现场的指导，甚至乎每一个年级的同学，他们都会有机会看到他们课室里面有我们现在老师的同时，另外一位来自于纽约茱莉亚的一些专门的指导，我们叫做教学艺术家，他们同时是在各种领域艺术领域是非常享有盛名的，同时他们也会参与到我们真正课堂的教学当中去，让我们的小朋友去体验到不同更多国际性水平的一些教学的。对，大概是这样子。
Well done, actually. That was great. Yeah, thanks. While you were speaking, I was quickly just going through the feed, and I want to send a quick thanks out to the admissions team who are answering a lot of these questions, because you're right. When it comes to the nationalities, we're very blessed to have over 55 different nationalities in our student body, and in our teaching community is very diverse as well, which gives a great benefit to the learning inside the classroom, and we expect the exact same thing for our North Anglia school. And yes, so those first 4 floors are ours in that school. It's not the entire building, but some of our teachers will be living in that building as well. And the food, I can see a question about the lunch menu. To be honest, all of the staff eat at the school. And as Ms. Colette mentioned earlier, she's eating with the students. We all benefit from the same menu, and it's fantastic. None of us have to bring a lunch in. It's a Western and Asian style menu. I think somebody already posted that. But no, we're very happy with Chartwell's, and we're keeping them at our new school because it's great food.
It really is.
Yeah. It is, right? Yeah.
The biggest problem we have is teachers joining our school, they tend to put on a little weight.
I'm trying not to.
Not looking at anybody. Okay.
So our next question will be directed at you, Mr. Mark, because your role is actually one of the roles that goes between the two campuses. And I was wondering if you could clarify a little bit about being a principal of both the British School of Guangzhou and our long history here, and the principal of our North Anglia International School, our newest edition.
Absolutely. It's a question I get asked a lot of times. And to be honest, I don't really feel that it's very different from the current situation. You know, if you think about it now, our students are being taught in 5 buildings stretched across the Nanu campus.
That's true, yeah.
Next year, it will still be 5 buildings because next year we will actually close the lakefront campus and open the new campus down in the Olympic Park campus down in Huangpu. So I currently in my job, I try to visit each of the campuses every week. So usually I spend a day at Lakefront, a day here in South Park, a day I try to visit Hillside and the secondary building and down to the Nanhu building. So, you know, obviously there's a little bit more distance involved, so I will probably spend 2, maybe 2.5 days out in the new NACES campus in Huangpu, and then the rest of the time I'll be here. I have a very, very good senior leadership team working with me, so I know that when I'm not here, Vice Principal Gary Russell, who was before being the Vice Principal, he was the head of secondary, he and I have worked together for many, many years. So, you know, we'll continue to do that and continue making sure that we have the same curriculum across the 2 campuses.
That's a good point, I guess, is that that sister school benefits us in that it's a lot of the same. We have a brand new school, but we're building on the foundation of BSG. You've been with us for a very long time and can kind of take that and help build our foundation there.
Yeah, exactly. The majority of the teachers in the new campus, they will be existing teachers. So there'll be familiar faces. Yep. I'll be there. We have a few new faces, but we do have new faces every year. So, and we'll be working together. The primary school teams will be working together to ensure that if you're choosing a school for your child and you want a year 4 class, it doesn't matter whether you've got a year 4 class here or a year 4 class in NACES, it's going to be the same mirror curriculum.
Good. That's good because we have some amazing academic outcomes that we want to kind of maintain at that campus too, right?
Absolutely.
Good. Would you like to help translate that one?
Yeah, and maybe do you want to add on some about academic part, academic result?
For those grades?
Whole grades, and because I think BSG building out a lot of foundation for us to not only about the curriculum, maybe we still have the academic result I can see for last year and a few years is have a good frame.
Yeah. The academic results at the school are really excellent, and you know, really the measure of that is the success of the children in the secondary school when they get to do their GCSE and their A-level. Since we joined North Anglia in 2013, we've been one of the top 3 schools within the North Anglia group within that, and often we've been the number 1 achiever. So you know, we'll continue to work very, very hard to maintain that. I think it's important for parents to understand that if they are choosing the new campus, the new Olympic Park campus, from year 6, when they complete year 6, they will actually then they will have a place here. They will be able to move directly into our secondary. We'll actually expand secondary classes across the Nanhu campus.
That's great. So we've got an early years, primary, secondary. It's you make a commitment with us. We've made a commitment to the family.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely, we'll be there for the families.
Great.
Okay, thank you, Mark. 对，然后以下其实第2个问题呢是针对我们的大校长 Mr. Mark Thomas 的。然后第一个其实因为大家有些现在正在看直播的家长可能会知道 ，Mark 是我们洛德安大国际集团的另一个姐妹学校广州英国学校的校长。然后因为广州英国学校呢，其实在2005年成立至今已经15年了。然后我们的问题主要是关于，其实真正以后 Mark 会在2个学校之间是怎么样一个角色和怎么样去让学校之间保持更平衡的一个发展的。 所以其中提到其实有2个点。第一个来讲，在目前这个阶段，Mr. Thomas 感觉没有很大的一个区别，因为目前来讲，广州英文学校有5个校区，到了明年的话呢，其实整体来讲也是会有感觉是有5个校区，实际是因为我们会将其中一个现在幼儿阶段的校区去暂时的关闭，然后搬到另一个搬回现在的南湖的校区去使用。然后第2个很大的不同的点在于，在整一个管理体系的内容方面，会一直保存着整一个，比如说英式的教育体系，还有以后如果假设您是想报读广州英国学校，或者说想报读我们的诺德安达国际学校，假设您可能是一个4年级的学生，其实你无论选择哪一边，都会保证同样的一个教学质量。然后如果你是选择诺德安达国际学校的话呢，你可能会遇到有些老师是从英校转移过去的，但同时你也会遇到一些新的老师，但是大家都会保持在同一个管理的体系，还有包括同样的学术的严谨方面去进行的。然后最重要的一点，因为广州英校在15年的教学历史里面，我们为整一个毕业生还有整一个教学的内容都提供了非常非常宏厚的背景。然后同时的话呢，从2013年诺德安达集团加入了英校之后呢，我们广州英校成为了整个诺德安达集团的学术方面是第一的整一个学校，所以在包括 A Level 和 IGCSE 方面的话，都取得全国和全球非常非常好的成绩。其实有个 tips， 在我们过年前的话，我们其中一个现在的毕业生，今年的毕业生已经收到了剑桥大学的一个录取通知，会在今年的秋季入学的。Okay, let's finish my part.
You realize how much content we had in our answer when you hear it twice? That's fantastic. Thanks.
It's translated.
Colette, we'll go back to a bit of the classroom learning and that environment. And so my question a little bit, and actually Shane touched on this a little bit too when he talked about our SEALS program. So in our tour in your classroom, we talked about collaboration with other teachers. And how often you and the other year group teachers are meeting, well, pretty much every day, right? And you're collaborating together, and you're, not only are we building that consistency across schools, but we're building it within classrooms in the same grade level. And then Shane mentioned as well in our SEALS program, so our English as an Additional Language Support program, that experts are coming into a classroom as well while you're teaching to support those students. What does that collaboration look like for a homeroom teacher like you?
It's actually fantastic. Every year group has a specialist teacher assigned to them.
Okay.
So when we collaborate as teachers, our SEALS teacher joins us, and he's also involved in those meetings. So he helps us look at our English curriculum, for example, and look at how we can enhance that for our SEALS children.
Okay.
We look at how we develop the language. He will help us put together some of the flashcards I showed you in the classroom.
Yep.
So he helps us with those pictures and helps us pick out the keywords and shows us like the language progression. So, and lots of our teachers now have all been through the SEALS training ourselves. We've all had the EAL training. So we know about the language scaffolds, and he helps us with that. On a daily basis, though, he comes into classroom. So every SEALS child, they have 3 times a week where they will go out and do specific focus language, which will help give them scaffolds to do the mainstream classroom.
Okay.
And then he comes in and we do co-teaching together as well. And we love that. It's really good fun.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's Mr. William?
It's Mr. William. I'll give a big shout out to Mr. William and Team TV. It's fantastic.
Yes. I have to say, I think it's important to emphasise that we see all of our teachers as being EL teachers. It doesn't matter whether you're a music teacher, as Mr. Pete, or a science teacher, or an EL specialist. At the end of the day, we're all delivering language, and our teachers appreciate that and understand that, and I think that's why we have such success in helping children to acquire language.
Yeah, and that was a big focus of our tour as well, right? And even in a classroom as diverse as ours, even if you're a mother tongue speaker, there's still another level to keep going, right?
Definitely. I think it's what makes us unique. We're something we do really, really well. And we're very lucky to have that teacher with us.
Yeah. Cool.
OK，thank you，thank you guys。关于第3个问题，我们请教了我们的刚刚大家有看到我们整一个采访当中，刚刚采访科室的时候，我们见到我们 Colette 的老师，然后这一个问题呢是比较细致的，因为我在每一次的家长的咨询当中，都会遇到一个很共同的问题，就是我的小朋友可能是来自于英语非母语的地方或者国家。或者他本来的家庭背景并不是英语为母语的这样的一个情况，那孩子是否真的能去很好的去适应英式的教育体系或英式的教育系统呢？关于这个问题，除了说刚刚在整个直播当中，大家会看到我们在不同的课室或不同的体系里面有涉及到，然后其实真正在比如说老师的1年级的这个课堂里面，我们会有专门的每一个年级会有专门分配的一位专门的 EAL 老师，就英语作为第2外语的专职老师，然后同时他会帮助我们每一个班的每一个孩子去到在入学以前已经对他有清晰的一个报告的分析，然而对整一个孩子进班之前，老师要准备怎么样的材料，还有配比的一些文书都已经有事先的一个准备，跟老师去更共同的去合作。第2个一点很不一样，就是每一个星期孩子会有3次的时间。在上课的时候，其实会有专门的老师去给他们一个语言习得的辅导。这个过程中可能涉及到，比如说一些他上课会用到的一些学术单词，或者他上课过程中怎么样去跟孩子更好的学术的交流。包括刚刚在前面采访视频里面，大家也会看到，其实我们每一位老师，包括上课的老师，都会跟孩子一起去 lunch 就是吃饭。那这过程中其实也是给小朋友去接触更多的一些社交方面的语言的。所以在语言习得这个体系里面呢，在我们除了说有专门的部门叫 EAL 的部门，叫做英语作为第2外语的一个合作部门之外，更多的其实每一位老师，包括音乐、包括体育、包括我们的专职的老师，都会给我们每一个小朋友带来对于第2语言这方面的一些辅导和补助的。
Thanks. Yeah. I'm going to ask this question for both Mark and Colette because I think one of you will probably have the better answer for this. I see it actually came in yesterday from one of our parents. So we've, Anglia in Guangzhou and Foshan has 4 community schools here, right? So we've got 2 international schools with our British School of Guangzhou and our Anglia International School. And we also have 2 bilingual schools, so we're with our Panyu and Foshan friends on that system. So after talking so much about English, I think we should clarify what Chinese learning is here and how much we contribute to that in our grades. So how much Chinese will a student in year 1 be learning? And maybe a little overview of the entire program.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Our year 1 students, they have a Chinese lesson every single day.
Okay.
And, well, it's not just our Chinese students, it's all of our students. Mm-hmm. So they are arranged into different groups. And they spread out, and they have a lesson for 40 minutes every day.
Okay.
And each classroom also has a Chinese-speaking teaching assistant. So that language is constantly being reinforced along with our English language.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would add to that. Clearly, we're a British international school, but working in China, and I think it's very important that we have a strong language, Chinese language program,
yeah, exactly.
And that we're constantly promoting a respect and a love of Chinese culture amongst the students. So it's something that we are always emphasising to our teachers. But there is a difference between the British school here and then the bilingual school in Foshan or Panyu. And I think, for parents, it's important that they understand that if they're looking for the very highest level of Chinese, then the bilingual school is the option. If their children's future life is to be working in Chinese and working in China, maybe they need to consider the bilingual option. Our children will get at the very highest level of English, and they can get also a very, very good level of Chinese. But it wouldn't be comparable with somebody who's studying in Chinese 24/7.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of our focus, even in the library, right, is all in English.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks. No, I think it's important to point that out for our audience that there are 2 Anglia options here. And both Alison and I are good friends with both the Foshan and the Panyu teams. So if you reach out to us and have questions there, we can get you connected, or we can help clarify what Chinese learning looks like at our Anglia International School.
Yeah, I will spend a minute to talk about
Please.
this. Yeah. 好的，刚刚其实因为有我们最新的一个问题进来，就是关于 中文的学习的，因为这是很多中国家长里面非常非常关注的一点。第一来讲呢，在我们每一个学生，其实比如说在一年级的话，每一天都会有40分钟去学习中文的课程。同时的话，比如说在3、4年级以后，小朋友会根据他们的语言能力，有划分不同的教材，分成比如说还是用中国版的一个教材，还是说新加坡的一个华文教材，还是说对外汉语的一些教材，去学习不同的中文课程。同时的话呢，在1年级的课室里面，除了主教老师之外，还会有一个中国的老师去进行一些基本的辅助。虽然他完全是用英语去跟老师做更多的课堂活动，但是他会给小朋友更多在这方面的一些支持。刚刚其实茂校长提到一个很重要的一点，我们诺德安达集团在广州附近这个地区吧，除了说有广州英国学校，还有诺德安国际学校之外，还会有番禺中英文在身处于番禺的中英文学校，还有在佛山的另一所中英文学校。其实对于家长们来讲，这个是一个很重要知道的一点。中英文学校和国际学校在对于中文的要求还有学习的难度方面，还是会有很大不同的差距的。在国际学校里面，经过一段时间以后，无论小朋友其实来自任何的语言背景，他的英语水平会变得非常非常的高，包括听力、阅读、写作各个方面。但是跟中英文学校来讲是没有办法比较的，因为中英文学校它会比如说刚刚提到的，它会每一天、每一个月或者整一年都是使用着完全的人教版的教材去学习语文，包括古诗词这些方面的内容，所以它会给小朋友带来就完全在中文语言上面的深造。所以这一方面，家长可能可以要深一度的想了解的话，可以跟我去联系。然后，因为我们跟另外几间国际学校或者中英文学校也非常的熟悉，然后我们会能够从更客观的方面给家长去更多这方面的指引。OK.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. So a lot of today has focused on in-school learning, with a little bit of our outdoor learning program, which we highlighted in the year one. But for those of you who live and work in Guangzhou, you probably recognize Mr. Pete because you, sir, are everywhere and anywhere in this city. I've seen our students performing at the mall. You did a special event just before the Chinese New Year. I saw you at the British consulate with the students. The kids are performing in orchestras and in choirs, and you seem to work more after school than you do even during the day, and you have a busy job. Maybe you can explain a little bit about our after-school programming, our orchestra choir, our performance, and our community connection here in Guangzhou.
Sure, yeah. So my job as head of musical performance is to steer the performances as part of the after-school programs and within the community, like you mentioned. We do have a wide variety of after-school activities in performing arts. Within music, we have large-scale ensembles like the orchestra, and we have 3 choirs in our schools. So we have a very big, lots of singing going on, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And we also have a number of smaller ensembles like chamber music. We have chamber strings, we have flute quartets, we have dance troupes, we have drama clubs, and all of these things take place after school. But additionally, like you said, we do have events in school which involve all of the performing arts. So we have the Winter Celebration, which happened recently, and we also have the Performing Arts Awards ceremony, which takes place near the end of the year, which involves most of our performers as well.
Cool.
And when students want to be involved in all aspects of the performing arts, we have musical theatre productions, which take place twice a year. So we have one in secondary and one in primary. So yeah, lots of activities going on, and we also have an instrumental program that takes place during the school day for our students as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if students here are they love the violin or piano or something and they want to practice here at school, we have those types of things they can take advantage of?
Yes, certainly. We have 12 visiting staff who are professionally trained music teachers, many of whom have graduated from conservatoires locally and in Hong Kong. So they come in and they deliver that program during the school day, and they also support our after-school music activities as well.
Fantastic.
And I would have to say that I'm not a musician.
Me neither.
But for me, it's wonderful to see, and to hear so much singing and to see so much music in the school. And I think if I wander on to the after-school activity and see the students practicing in the orchestra, that for me is learning at its best. We see most after-school activities are for an hour, but the music department insists that they can't do that in an hour, so they have 3 hours, which shows an awful lot of goodwill.
And commitment, yeah,
and
nice.
the parents are committed to it, and the students are committed to it. But when I wander in there and see some of the younger children in that orchestra performing alongside the older children, all being led by our composers, absolutely fantastic to see, and they're really very, very talented people.
They're exceptionally talented. I know I was like at the British consulate that time, and I'm just standing there beaming in pride to be part of that community that produces that level of like. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful performance.
Definitely, and I think touching on what we said earlier about the Juilliard collaboration is that we also have events that are inter-school. So we have Nord Anglia Performing Arts Orchestral Festival, Choral Festival, Drama Festival, and these are all within China. So our students sign up and they have the opportunity to further that again with students from other Nord Anglia schools within the region.
So they're traveling around, they'll go see our Shanghai school, or they'll go to our Beijing school, or our Nanjing school, or they'll...
Indeed, yes. So as a school, you would host the event and students would come to that one school and they'd all do singing or they'd all do orchestra like that.
Fantastic. That's great, taking advantage of our network of Nord Anglia schools
Certainly,
across the globe, right? Yeah, that's great. Cool.
That's a lot.
Sorry. Sorry, I got engaged there for a second. That was a good answer.
All the students got a lot of opportunity to really enjoy the music and the arts.
Yeah.
Okay, here my turn.
Thanks.
这个问题呢，其实我自己是非常非常享受的，特别是关于诺达的国际学校，因为第一个，刚刚我们有问到了 P 老师关于其实除了真正在校内的我们8点到3点这一个普通的教学时间以外，我们还有很多非常非常多，包括体育、包括音乐类的一些课外活动。一般来讲会在3点到4点这个时间去进行。然后其实 P 老师有提到以下几点，包括第一来讲。 现在在诺达安其中另外一个学校广州音校里面的话呢，我们是有一个多达65人的管弦乐队。然后如果有些家长会过来这边参观，在我们正常的下课之后会看到他们在我们的戏剧院里面去彩排。然后同时我们有3个不同的管号队，就是比如说有长笛啊，或者说鼓啊这样的类型。 然后他们会有非常多的去练习的时间。然后第二个来讲呢，就是除非这一些校际性的一些大型的团队以外，会有非常非常多关于不同的乐器类的，比如说大提琴、小提琴、古筝、长号、黑管，或者不同的那样的西洋或中方的一些乐器。但是最重要一点，我相信家长们可能会有些家长会见过我们的 Pete 老师，因为比如说你们如果参加英领馆的一些活动，或者不同的一些校际之间的活动，或者一些酒店的一些国际性的一些比赛，这样子会见到我们 P 老师会带他们去不同地方去展演和去让小朋友更多机会去展示他们之前付出过的一些努力。同时最后一点呢，其实提到了因为很多这样希望在学校能够获得更多的一些小朋友对音乐方面的一个教学。 所以在学校里面，我们会单独的去安排一些专业领域，比如说小提琴，比如说钢琴这一类型的专业老师。如果家长们需要，是可以在孩子在校的时间有1对1的这一方面的一些乐器的练习的。I think that's all for mine.
It's fantastic. Thanks, Alison. That's a huge help. Yeah, it really is. We'll continue on the theme of the learning outside of a classroom environment. And I'll address this one, I guess, with you, Colette. When I was talking to Shane a little earlier, he mentioned the Queen's hat. And this great little story, and where is the Queen's hat, and traveling around. And I didn't point it out, but right next to you, around on your corner, there was a picture of the Guangzhou Canton Tower. And I meant to ask, I'm like, is the Queen's hat in Guangzhou, and do we go find it? Do the kids, how often do we do a field trip out into the environment here in Guangzhou?
Well, we try to use our local environment as much as we can. The Queen's hat was perfect. The story is about the hat all around London and the Queen trying to get her hat.
Okay.
So our children had a little video of the Queen flying over BSG school and she lost her hat. So we went to look for it in Guangzhou.
Cool.
So we went around all of the main buildings in the central business district and we took pictures of that. And we came back to class and the children wrote their own story using their pictures in Guangzhou and following the same patterns of language that they'd seen in the Queen's Hat.
Right back to that storyboard we were drawing on earlier.
Exactly,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. And they had so much fun with that. And, you know, they've got their own proper produced books, which you can see in our corridor. I don't know if you saw them when you went down.
We should have highlighted that in the tour. That
Yeah.
would have been great. Yeah, yeah. Perhaps you can elaborate a little bit about our field trip program and as it goes through our different grades and just explain where we go.
If I can just add to that, you know,
Yeah.
it's a feature of the school that the children, you know, we try to motivate the children to produce a little piece of writing, but we also give them the opportunity to actually illustrate that work and present that work and create these wonderful presentations which parents get hold of at the end of the year. Which
That's cool.
is,
I love
which is
it.
great,
Yeah.
So the residential program, well, again, that's been running for many, many years now. We start with year 2.
We do the camp out.
We do the camp out
Yes.
in year 2. You've been involved in that?
I've been involved in that, yes. So the students camp out on our lakefront up most of the time outside if we can, but if the weather is not great, then we still put our tents up inside
Good,
and we
okay,
still
yeah.
sleep out overnight and still have our campfire.
And it just gives,
Fantastic.
it gives the children that opportunity to, you know, okay, get the confidence of being away from home,
Right.
you know, with their friends in a very supported environment, and it's a wonderful evening. 160 year 2 children roundabout, so
Yes.
we
Yeah, we're
now
gonna
split that
bravo
into
you,
two
yeah.
groups, because that's quite a thing to manage. And the parents come in the morning and we have a barbecue and they collect those children, and the children, even though they've hardly slept, they never stop talking when the mums and dads
Nice.
arrive, which
Yeah,
is
good.
wonderful. And we build on that as we go through the schools. So, you know, you have more demanding residential trips with sometimes with an outdoor pursuits type challenge, and often linked to some sort of charitable organisation and some sort of
Yes.
support that the children get used to providing to support within the community. So, you know, that, and it builds right through the school until you have the example of very oldest students who are heading over to Tanzania to stay on the camp in Tanzania, which is a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, it is.
Or going across to Switzerland to the camp, the Nord Anglia camp in Switzerland. And myself, I've had the opportunity of visiting both the Swiss camp and the camp in Tanzania. I've been involved in the same activities as the children, so as principals we were building desks for schools in Tanzania.
Cool.
We were painting an orphanage in Tanzania. I think it's probably now the best painted orphanage in the whole of Tanzania. Been painted every year for a long while. But these are incredible opportunities for children, and opportunities that stay with them for the rest of their lives.
No kidding.
And a chance for them to give something back. Really great opportunities.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I will make conclusion about this.
Real quick one. Yeah, actually, we're running out of time, aren't we? Yeah.
这一 part 呢，其实大概是关于整一个户外的一个考察。其实从小的小朋友来讲，老师会带着他们在整个学校去寻找不同的一个主题的内容，然后回来去做相应的一些 PPT 或者材料的一些讲解。然后一些年纪比较大的，比如说从6年级、7年级或者往上的小朋友，他们会有更多机会跟着老师一起到其他城市，甚至或高年级的小朋友有机会跟到我们诺德安达另2个校区，一个在坦桑尼亚，一个在瑞士的校区，去进行一些比如7到14天的一些活动，这些都会给予他们很多机会去离开父母，去独立的去了解和理解这个世界，去更多的创意去管理自己啊，或者说让自己有更多方面的一些发展的。OK。
Yeah, great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I literally had a list of more questions to ask, but unfortunately we're running to the end of this part. So we'll put a little pause on the Q&A, ask our parents and stuff to write in, and we can certainly get back to them or connect them with you individually. But thank you for coming in and being a part of today.
Absolute pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, your expertise is
great.
greatly appreciated, and I know our audience will learn a lot from everything that you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So we've reached the end of our virtual open house, our very first one actually, and we want to, of course, thank the panel and thank you very much for being part of that. Our goal today was to develop a full round understanding of who the Nord Anglia International School Guangzhou is. It's a brand new school that we're building with a beautiful new facility that we walked around, and It's changing all of the time. I know Mr. Thomas and I have been working closely together on developing facilities, and we want to get it in there so that everything is installed, safe, clean air, all we need to open the school in August and welcome all of you into our school. So we were able to do that by seeing the campus and seeing the examples of what we're going to do. And we took the opportunity to for you to meet some of the outstanding teachers that we have within our community. And so this team is always around to help answer questions or anything that you have. Just reach out to Allison and I to connect with them. One thing we wanted to highlight is that the Nordanglia International School Guangzhou is a brand new school, but it's built on a foundation of academic success. And Mark's role between those two campuses shares that outstanding learning that our students are doing and pulls it right into the foundation of a beautiful new facility. And because of the unique features of being a Nordanglia school, our connections with the global campus of schools all across mainland China and the world, along with our collaborations with MIT and Juilliard, as exemplified today, build on that strength to a school we're exceptionally proud to open in just a few months.
对，首先也非常感谢老师和校长们给我们更多专业上面的支持。今天整一个直播的目的，其实是想让所有的家长和各位观众有一个很宏观的一个理解对于整个学校，同时希望大家明白，虽然说我们的诺德安达国际学校会建立在一个全新的设施齐全的校园里面，但是我们是有非常丰富经验的老师和非常有这方面经验的管理团队去进行整一个体系，还有包括细致的流程的一些搭建。同时来讲，因为我们即将是66个国际学校里面中国区的最新的一家学校。我们会带着这些所有的经验，建立一个成熟的教学体系的。希望大家能够给我们发邮件，还有预约更多的一些学校参观，然后应该是由我给大家回电话、回邮件，而且我可以为大家提供普通话、英文或者广东话、中文。Okay.
It's true. Actually, I'm going to translate her because what she just said was that we offer our admission service in Cantonese and in Mandarin and in English. So she's very, very talented, as you can tell, so we're very happy to meet with you that way. We did our best today to try and answer all the questions you may have, but as Adelson pointed out, if we missed something or if you have any other questions, like we say, give us a call, check in, or come and visit, and we're happy to answer those or get you the answers if we don't have them ourselves. Our final point is to thank you, the audience, for checking in today. This was our very first time doing a virtual open house. We were very excited to do this for you. We hope that you got everything out of it that you needed. And we hope very much to meet you in person someday soon.
Yeah.
Do you want to translate that? No? Good? So on behalf of the Nordanglia International School of Guangzhou, thank you for being part of today. And we hope to meet you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.